Welcome to Hotline City.
Thank you.
Today we have some questions I collected from the parents.
I sure do. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for welcoming me to Ho Chi Minh City.
Thank you. Many parents, they worry that their children face lots of difficulties in studying overseas. As the principal of the Sooke School in Victoria, Canada, can you tell us more about the study performance of the international student in your school system?
Absolutely. We are very, very fortunate to have international students studying in our school district, and they are consistently very successful in their studies, both while they're with us and also when they graduate from our schools and go on to study at the post-secondary institutions that they go to. So, for example, when our students are with us, they consistently perform and outperform their classmates, and I find that there's really a culture of a healthy competitiveness amongst our international students where they push each other to achieve higher and higher results that is fantastic in terms of the output that they're producing in their report cards. And every year I'm so proud of our international students and where they go to after they leave our program. And we have students every year going to top universities in Canada, such as University of Toronto, University of British Columbia, McGill University in Quebec. We also have students that fall in love with Victoria and don't want to leave, and so they transition to either the University of Victoria or to Camosun College. There are lots of opportunities for students across Canada after they leave our program. So we believe that it's really important to support our international students that are living in our community, because we know that they're very far away from their parents and their home country. So we make sure that we have supports in place to help them both on the academic side as well as on the homestay side. So in each of our high schools we have an international counselor, and the job of the international counselor is to work directly with our international students one-on-one to help them choose the courses that they need in order to graduate and in order to meet their goals that they want to achieve after they finish high school. They also help our students with their university and college applications as they enter their final year and a half of high school. We also have English language support classes for our international students that are studying with us if they need the extra English language support, which is really, really important in that first semester and first year that they're with us. We also have a homestay coordinator at each of our high schools, and that's a really, really important role because we know that our students are going to be more successful if they're having a really positive homestay experience. So our homestay coordinators have spaces in our high schools, and students are able to book meetings and book appointments if they have questions about how things are going in their homestay. And we regularly check in with our students to make sure that they are feeling happy and comfortable and that they're having a Canadian family experience. Our school district also takes on the role of custodian for the international students that are in our program. And so I'm the custodian for all of our international students, and basically my phone is on 24 hours a day in case there are any emergencies that arise. So we cross our fingers that that doesn't happen very often, but knowing that that support is there is important, I think, for parents who are sending their kids to a very faraway place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's a good question. So if students aren't successful the first time they take it, we also have an international teacher advisor. So if students are struggling in their other academic courses, or if they want to figure out how do I get more involved in the school community, if I want to take some extra courses, then they have a resource teacher at the school that they can always go to with all of their questions, and they don't have to be shy or worried that they don't know how to navigate that on their own. Of course, let's say they take they take physics 11 and they either aren't successful or they get a grade that they're not happy with because they want to achieve a higher grade. It is definitely possible for them to do that course again. And if they're with us for 2 to 3 years, then they have enough room in their schedule to be able to take a course a second time. Also, if students want to take more courses than the typical 8 courses that they can take in a year, there is an opportunity for them to take either courses online or outside of the regular timetable. So that's an opportunity as well if students want that extra.
So of course they have to pay again.
There is an extra fee associated with the online courses, but it's not that much. It's an extra $500 for online courses. So it's affordable. And so for some students that they're very keen, they want to take as many courses as possible, that's a good option for those students. Another thing that we have is our international teachers that work at the schools. They also coordinate activities for the international student advisors and counselors that work directly with our international students to do a number of things. One is they really help them with selecting the right courses according to where the student's from and what their needs are in terms of their future goals. No, I would actually say it's the opposite. There aren't problems at all. It's the opposite in that Canadian students are incredibly welcoming towards the international students in our school. Each of our high schools has a cohort of what we call Canadian student ambassadors, and they're Canadian students who have signed up to welcome international students into their school communities because they're especially interested in learning about different cultures, in learning different languages, and in helping international students adjust to their new school environment. So when international students arrive, they will be there as part of the orientation process, and they will lead the students on tours. They will answer questions that students have about what it's like to be a student that they don't necessarily want to hear from an adult. They want that student experience. And then they will form friendships that last beyond just that orientation day, but throughout the school year and even beyond. Every year we have Canadian students that travel overseas to spend time with their international student friends that they've met through the international student program. There's a big focus in our school district on just creating a culture of acceptance and inclusion, regardless of what the differences are from students to students. So really diversity is promoted, be that cultural diversity, linguistic diversity, diversity in learning styles, and that's communicated consistently by teachers and educators throughout our school district. When you walk through the halls of our high schools, you see signs with that slogan, "Erase Bullying." Every year on, I think it's February 22nd, we have an anti-bullying day. So the students from across the district and teachers and administrators wear a pink shirt to symbolize that we don't accept bullying in our school communities, and we accept people regardless of what their background is. So, yeah.
Okay, so thank you for joining us. Your answers give us a perfect understanding about education in Victoria, BC, Canada.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
Thanks again, and wish you all the best.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your hospitality.